Welcome to Aaron Plays. In this episode we will be doing turn 2 of the French. This is at 13:30 hours, each turn being 30 minutes of real time. There are a few tweaks from the end of the previous turn when I spoke to my actual opponent. The tweaks I've made regarding this Cossack cavalry unit here. On the bottom of the screen, let me just move the camera a little bit, there we go. Okay, so there was a request that this Cossack unit here, which started over here, I moved across to here using all its movement value. He actually did want it retreating to this side of the stream over here, and the guns which I had placed here, he wanted just in front of them there. So that's a little tweak. And there was also a little tweak regarding some Austrian infantry over here. He wanted the grenadiers in the front row there. Other than that, that was the conclusion of the coalition's first turn. As I say, in this video we are doing the French turn 2. Okay, so the first thing that happens is we check army morale levels for both sides. The French have taken 1 loss, and the coalition have taken 7 step losses and have got 2 disordered units, which gives them army morale level of 9 at present. Remembering the French army morale level is 70 and the coalition's is 60, so neither side is currently threatened by that procedure. After that we check command status, and this is for the French. Everything looks fine. We have Napoleon sitting back over here. I think this is Napoleon. Yes, as long as his commanders are within 10 hexes of him, which, considering the size of the battlefield, is quite easy to maintain, and the commanders, as long as their units are within 6 hexes of them, which they are, they all look fine there. Now there are different command rules in the system. The Vive Emperor series actually has, I think, 6 levels of command. I'm using level 2 here. There are other ones which actually have orders, and you have written orders and such forth. I haven't really explored those as yet, though I might do after this video of this battle. Might do the next day, because this battle was fought over 2 days. So the 31st of October 1813, I might actually try it with a different order system. But that's a maybe. See how this one goes. So, everyone's in command. The next thing is cavalry charges. Cavalry charges are by far the most complex set of this set of rules. In fact, in most Napoleonic sets, they are the most complex set of rules in the systems. There will be some French cavalry charges, mainly over this side here, trying to unloosen this cavalry over on this side. So we'll go through this in a step-by-step manner, and let's see how we go. Right, so we're going to start with these guys over here. Now, with cavalry, when they're doing everything else other than charging, they are in column formation. But as soon as you declare a charge, they go into line. So these two here will go into line, which doesn't cost any movement points. Then they will go 1, 2. Now this is where it gets expensive. Crossing a stream whilst in a charge costs 6 movement points. This cavalry's got 10, so I've spent 2. Alright, that will take to 3, plus the actual rest of the 6 is 9 movement points to there. And these cavalry do have 10. So they're at 9 at the moment, and then move into there for 10. They do not actually physically have to declare which unit they are charging at the present moment, because there are guns here and there are cavalry here. However, this cavalry unit here has got the option to countercharge. So I will extend its option. It has to pass a morale check to do so. Their morale is 8, and they roll a 7, so they can countercharge, which puts them straight into line. You can only countercharge adjacent to you, so they go into line formation there, and there is a combat instantly resolved in that position there. So countercharge melees are resolved instantaneously. So the countercharging unit is the aggressor, and on the counter here, alright, if I bring that up closer, okay, it's got the number in red is its melee value, the number in black is the amount of steps it's got. Just make sure they haven't actually taken any step losses. I think they have. Okay, unit 04. No, they've taken no step losses at present. Okay, so they are at 4 steps. So you multiply their combat value by the amount of steps. That will give them a combat value of, well, a combat strength of 20. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. The French, this is Imperial Guard Cavalry, bring that up close. Okay, so that's 7 times by 3 is 21. And 6 multiplied by 2, which is another 12. 21 plus 12, 33. So the countercharge is at 1 to 2 odds. So I will refer to the melee table. Okay, there's no terrain effects. There we have the melee table here. Okay, as you can see, you've got 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. Got the results effects, die roll modifiers. Again, there's not much die roll modifiers on here. Okay, so we're looking at the 1 to 2 table, and I'll roll on that. So it's the Austrians that are attacking. There's a actually it's a Bavarian cavalry unit, and they've rolled a 5, which is a good result. Okay, so the result on the table shows a 0 star 0. Okay, the star requires a morale check. There's no losses on either side, and but the Bavarian cavalry unit will take a morale check. So here's their morale check. Their morale is 8. They rolled 2. They love it. Okay, I think I missed a slight thing that could have happened. This artillery unit could have opportunity fired from the cavalry moved from this position to this position in their charge. So I'll resolve that now, and it's resolved at the unit in that position. So their artillery unit is 5 value of 5 into that hex, so it's 4. So 5 value of 4. With a 4, that would be a step loss on that cavalry unit. 4 and 4. Yes. Okay, and that's unit 11 on the French side. Okay, so they take a step loss. And they then proceed into there, then the combat is resolved. At which point the morale check on this unit, they passed, they revert back to column formation, and this cavalry reverts to column formation with think about that way as such. Now the other option that the cavalry got, they could now, this cavalry charge has failed, they have now halted in that position, as they can voluntary disorder back to. Unfortunately, that means this gun will also get another shot at them. But they're going to get another shot at them anyway. So I think that cavalry's going to need to get out of there. So they will take a voluntary disorder, which allows them to move 2 hexes. So they go from there to there. The gun gets another shot, and this time it fires at them in this position. So 5 value of 5 this time. With a 2, that is a morale check, no losses. Which they pass. Right, I need to move the dice a bit closer. There we go, that's a pass. So they go back. Now this disorder has... This is turn 2. Normally when a unit disorders, it gets the current turn marker underneath it. When you do a voluntary disorder, you get the previous turn's number underneath it. It just means that they rally quicker. Okay. So the horses are blown. That charge did not work too well. Okay, so we'll stick that underneath those units. Number 1 shows the first turn, and there we go. Alright, so as you can see, attacking near where guns are is quite dangerous. That cavalry's taken a step loss, and the Bavarians held them up in the counter charge. I will end this cavalry here, can't even get to this point. Plus 6 movement points for crossing over a stream, quite prohibitive. And also, if you attack across the stream with cavalry, their combat value, which as you can see is normally quite high, 4, 5s and such forth, is dissipated down to a 1. So actually attacking across the stream with cavalry isn't going to work either. Okay, so we will end the cavalry charge phase at that point and go into regular movement. Continue on this front. We have a horse battery here, which is going to limber up for 2, 3, 4. Now, this cavalry could counter charge. No, it can't. It is like cavalry. It could counter charge across here, but then be fighting across the stream, and we've just seen what that happens. I'm going to say it won't do that. These will then unlimber in this position, which is a change of formation in their zone, so they get a shot. So it's 5, 4. Yes, you can multiple fire, opportunity fire as often as a target presents itself. 4 with a 4 is a step loss on the guns, which we know for guns is half a step loss, because we're using those rules for that, and that is unit number 15. Okay, they've already taken half a step loss, so that is actually a full step loss on that battery. Okay, so they've got to take a morale check. $11. Okay, that is their morale, so they just passed. So that's as bad as it can get for them, other than them actually running away. Okay, this gun battery will limber up. It's got movement total of 5, moves to here for 1. So 2 to limber, 3, 4, 5. These guys can't fire. Alright, moving along the rest of the line, they're going to do the same. So this is a foot battery. No, this is a horse battery. Again, coming into here, that's going into that. Going in doesn't produce a opportunity fire, but changing formation does. So these two are moving into there. The guns will be fired at as they unlimber. So they limber up and unlimber into there. So again, 5 value of 4. That is a hit, but that will be on the infantry. Unit 31. Make sure that it's only 1 hit. Yeah, it's only 1 hit. Unit 31 take their second step loss. Okay, and the morale. Okay, it's an 8. The guns are in front, so they're fine. Okay. Right. I think this guy can move to there. Yeah. So it's 2 to limber, 1 into there, 2 to unlimber. So we have a general creeping of the Grand Battery. What users? Over here. Alright, Victor maintains his fatigue. The infantry themselves will only be moving 2 movement points, so they don't gain any more fatigue there. Okay. Right, this cavalry here, 1, 2, 3. Moving through the forest is 4. 1, 2, 3. That's 7. We've got 10. Bit of a narrow front here. That stream here definitely minimises what the French can do. Okay, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Streams are plus. Let's double check that. Streams are plus 3. Except when you're charging. Plus 2 for cavalry. Okay, so they have enough movement potential to get there. Okay. Which means that the Santoy, his cavalry now gained another fatigue, and they weren't the attacker in the melee. There was the counter charge, which is a good point. This cavalry did engage in an aggressive manner. So that command, Spallini, gains a fatigue, even though the rest of them haven't done anything. But let me check on the rules of that. No, it doesn't say it doesn't count, so they were involved in melee. So that does unfortunately count for their fatigue levels. Okay. What to do with the rest of this cavalry at the back here? There's no real space to move them through at present, so I don't want to accumulate any more fatigue for them. They've got 1 fatigue point at present, so they could rest this turn and lose that fatigue point. So let's do that. Alright, which then brings us to this infantry here, which is remnants of MacDonald's corps from Leipzig, and let's just move them through the woods. Now, movement through the woods, forests for infantry is 2. They've got 6 movement points, so let's just move them 1 hex. That way, so they don't accumulate any more fatigue. Okay, well, don't accumulate any fatigue, and they're ready. And then that just leaves the Imperial Guard infantry. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they'll output some skirmishers. One, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's that point of the skirmisher. So yes, the grenadiers of the Imperial Guard are on the way 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They increase their fatigue level. And Napoleon, well, we won't put him in the front rank, would we? No, we'll go over here with his boys. Okay, I think that's the French movement completed. A little bit of a disaster over here with the cavalry. Successful countercharge by the Austrians didn't help. And moving through these guns, I'd forgotten, obviously moving closer, opportunity fire, then moving away, another opportunity fire. So those guns definitely hurting the French. And then even causing another loss on this French battery here. So, okay. We now move into defensive fire. Defensive fire phase. I'll use my little red marker. Starting off down here. This little battery. Alright, he's got 3 targets here. I think the most threat is my cavalry here. So again, 5, 4 on that target. Fire strength of 4. Rolls a 6. Ooh. Alright, that's still one loss. And no matter how good these guys are, they still bleed. Okay, so this is unit number 13. Again, an Imperial Guard unit goes down. Okay, unit 13. Alright, that's that battery. I nearly forgot, they've still got to test their morale. You'll love it. Okay, this unit here will target this 5, 4, 3. So 3 firepower. No, that's a miss. Okay. So moving down the line, skirmishers versus skirmishers has no detrimental effect. This guy here can fire onto the guard there. It needs a 6 though for a hit. Okay. And there's no other artillery that's prepared here, is there? Let's double check under here. No, that battery was on the move. So that concludes. They'll be firing through their own units. Yeah, so that concludes the defensive fire. Now for the offensive fire. Okay. Some pillock put the cavalry in the way. Oh well. Right, so this horse battery will fire on here. And that's taken a step loss. So that battery's fire strength is halved. So its fire strength is 6, becomes 3. So it's 3, 2 into that hex there. Okay. So this battery firing here. 2 of the 2, no effect. Okay. Moving down the line. This battery here. I think we need to try and get rid of this Bavarian gun here. So it's 6. That's a fire strength of 5. With a 3. 5 with a 3 is a step loss. Okay, that's battery number 12. Well, unit 12, they haven't taken any. So remember, step losses on artillery are half, so that's a half loss on that gun. But a morale check. And their morale is 8. Yep, they're fine. Okay, moving down the line, this unit here. Okay, so there's 3 batteries here, so I could fire them straight down. And I think that might be what they'll do. So this has got a fire strength of 7, 6, 5, and firing through the vultures makes that a 4. Fire strength of 4. Alright, so with a 4 is a definite hit, 4, 5 or 6. So that's a hit on unit 20, which is the 2nd Landwehr. Okay, so the 2nd Landwehr, their morale is only a 6. Can they stand against the Grand Battery? They do. They do indeed. Brave lads. Okay, moving down to this battery here. Also a 7. 7, 6, 5, -1 for the skirmishers, also a 4. Again, that's a step loss. The lead unit there, Unit 19. Unit 19 is the 5th line. Their morale is 8, boosted by Lamotte to 9. Yep. Okay. And then this battery over here, strength of 6, that's 6, 5, 4, -1 for the vultures, 3. No matter how many vultures you go through. So it's fire strength of 3 onto that unit there. Oh, just the blue dice. With a 3, you need again 4, 5 or 6 for a hit. 6. It's not a double hit, so it's 1 hit on unit 18. Okay, which is the 9th line. Their morale is 8. The whole of the Bavarian line held up to the Grand Battery. Okay. I'm not sure where this guy should have been. Okay, so that's them. Artillery finished. There's no other artillery. Skirmishers here again only have no effect on other skirmishers. So I think we are done with the firing. There's no melees. This should probably be happening next turn with the Imperial Guard infantry going in. If the enemy don't skedaddle even further. Okay, so overall the next after offensive fire and melee is rally phase. Nothing to rally at present. And fatigue, well, there's no additional fatigue to add because there's no melees and all the French units other than these guys over here which I've already added the fatigue for. So that ends the French turn. Just like to add, that was very unsuccessful, less successful than I imagined it would be. This battery has become a little bit of a thorn in my side. When I hand this video over to my opponent, he'll probably be doing a little dance around a table. All well and good. It's been fun doing it this way, playing this semi-solo. So if you enjoyed what you're watching, click like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please join me for the next video once I've actually shot it, which will be the Coalition's turn 2.